One, two, three, three, two, one. Welcome for spending time with me. I don't know how it goes, but I'm like, I can't even believe that I fell for what I fell for. I can't even believe what's going on. The day had already started bad yesterday. I wanted to do a show and I couldn't. And I don't know how I'm going to share these now, but I'm still gonna, I'm still gonna preach because that's what God has told me to do. And it is what it is. Apparently, it's happening more and more. My brother had it happen to him 3 times, and this was my first time ever happening. And I can't even believe like I fell for the crap I fell for. So my Facebook and WhatsApp and PayPal all got hacked yesterday. All got hacked yesterday because this lifelong friend of mine, she's been like, I don't know, she's been my friend for a long time. And then we disconnected and we connected again. I went to school with her. I know all her babies. I've known her since before she even had any babies. Um, so I've known her for a long time, but I haven't heard from her in a long time. And she's like, hey, I put you as my trusted friend on Facebook. And I'm like, I don't think that's a thing. Um, she did the FaceTime, or she did the FaceTime, and I saw her. So I was like, oh, hi, oh my God. But then I couldn't hear anything. And I was like, are you saying anything? I couldn't hear anything. And her mouth wasn't moving. So that should have been hit number one. But I was just caught up in the moment. Like I said, it already started a bad day before being hacked. I was just down in the dumps because my daughter's father messaged me that our daughter had her baby on Sunday, and he was distraught that he asked for a picture of them, and the mom said, "Oh, I'll tell Casey that you're wanting one." Like, what? Especially for me. 18 years I've been going 3 times a year to see you guys, and you couldn't even, one, tell me that she was pregnant. Two, now she had the baby and I'm not even supposed to be a part of this. Then what was these last years for? Like, that's where I'm at. You know what I mean? I sat there. You don't even understand the stuff that I had to do to go to the visits. You know what I mean? She would pop up, call me. Oh, we want to visit next week. Okay. A couple times my husband, thank you, mediator, my love, said give it a week or two, and we'll just do it because or if we did spur of the moment, he figured out a way for us to do it. You know what I mean? It's been 6 years and for him, and you but this is the furthest I've ever been, so it was easy to do visits back then. So, the fact that he was able to figure them out while I'm here, and then like I'm so confused at, like, I don't understand people and the way they think. And like I'm so I don't understand. But I was listening to Sealy Media yesterday and how they talked about Haile Selassie, and my husband. I wish, I know he was here, but how they talked about him and how he preached that no matter what religion you're from, no matter what, it's about Jesus. It's about our relationship with Jesus. Only Jesus is the only one who lived and rose again. Everybody else, Buddha, Muhammad, Ali Selassie, is all dead and never rose again. Excuse me. Jesus is the only one. And like I said, even for our non believers, how do we tell time? The years, right? The years. AD, BC, right? That should tell you right there that Jesus is real. Just like 2000 years from now, who's going to believe that you're real, right? Once these videos are gone or whatever, who's going to believe it? I should have get a straw, but yeah, no, I love my coffee. I don't know why. I used to not like coffee. That's the funniest thing about the whole thing. Oh my God. It's just water from the cup. But me. So pray for me about my daughter and my stuff being hacked, man. I'm like, because it was the memories. Facebook had all our memories. And now I can't even see our memories. And this is when it all started happening here in Jamestown, and I love seeing that, and I can't even. Somebody took my memories off my phone. I still have the pictures and I still have the memories in my head, but as far as, like Facebook gives you the memories every day. Every day since he's passed, that's what I've done. If it's more than 6 years, then I usually don't continue, but I continue just to see, because I've had visits with the girls, Buttonwoods and stuff. And yeah, it's just a lot. Also, hopefully I can turn my kitchen. It's a little mess. 3 sinks. They need a 3 sink for a commercial kitchen. I don't know how. Okay, there we go. I got 3 sinks. What are the odds, right? We were trying to figure out what to do with it. There you are. We were trying to figure out what to do with it, and where do we need like 3 sinks? We don't need, or even 2 sinks in the bathroom or whatever. Sorry. My God, I'm so sorry. I'm not a camera person, and I am doing this on the computer, so my apologies. Like I said, I gotta stay busy today. Um, and right now, being with God, this is my being busy. This is me being busy because, as you see, Bible is open. We are ready. I am here. Um, and then later, I'm going to just clean my house and try to keep my mind off of Facebook because you can't take my Pandora. Right? You can't hack into my Pandora. Don't say that. You probably will. Where are we? Okay. Jacob blesses Manasseh and Ephraim. Pretty positive that's where we are. 47, yes. 47, 48. Okay, we are in chapter 48. So one day, not long after this, word came to Joseph. Your father is failing rapidly. So Joseph went to visit his father, and he took with him his 2 sons, Manasseh and Ephraim. So before we get into 48, oops. So as the time of his death drew near, Jacob, Israel as we know, called for his son Joseph and said to him, please do me a favor, put your hand under my thigh and swear that you will treat me with unfailing love by honoring this last request. Do not bury me in Egypt. When I die, please take my body out of Egypt and bury me with my ancestors. So Joseph promised, I will do as you ask. Swear that you will do it, Jacob insisted. So Joseph gave his oath, and Jacob bowed humbly at the head of his bed. Now we are where we're supposed to be. Your father is failing rapidly, so Joseph went to visit his father, and he took with him his 2 sons, Manasseh and Ephraim. When Joseph arrived, Jacob was told, your son Joseph has come to see you. So Jacob, Israel, as we know, 48. Um, gathered his strength and sat up in his bed. Jacob said to Joseph, God Almighty, El Shaddai. Was it El Shaddai? Where is it? Yes. Ha! Um, appeared to me at Luz in the land of Canaan and blessed me. He said to me, I will make you fruitful, and I will multiply your descendants. I will make you a multitude of nations, and I will give this land to Canaan, to your descendants, after you as an everlasting possession. Now I'm claiming as my own sons these two boys of yours. Claiming as my own sons. So see the significance. He's their grandfather, and he didn't know that his son was even alive until recently, until the famine. They needed food, and he was already on his deathbed, right? So he walked all the way to Egypt to, or drove, right? Because he was in a carriage or whatever, donkeys and whatnot. But anyways, he was on that journey, and now he's claiming his grandchildren as his own children. There's something. So I am claiming as my own sons these two boys of yours, Ephraim and Manasseh, who were born here in the land of Egypt before I arrived. So for me, what I'm learning during this process is that I do not know what my mother went through her whole life, as far as her childhood all the way until her adulthood. Most of us do not know, even if they told us all the stories, we do not know how they felt. We do not know what they thought. You don't know um, anything about our parents' history um, as much as our own, right? And our children aren't going to know our history. And my children are mad at me for being taken away, and I get that. Um, and that's where I'm like conflicted because they were taken away, but I was there. I was there every chance that they could. You know what I mean? I didn't call. Like, this is where I'm conflicted too. And I'm like, I wanted your dad, you want your parent to call just to, show with little love. But I explained this to my oldest daughter is like, it hurts, you know what I mean? And if I get rejected by you guys, you know, I don't know. I'm here if you need me, you know. I don't know. Maybe that's my fault, not. I tried to reach out, I send little emoji things, tell them I love them and miss them and whatnot. And, um, yeah, I don't know. Like I told Star, all I know how to say is I'm sorry and I'm sorry. So, I mean, if I'm gonna reach out, I'm sorry. I don't know. But for this one, um, the grandfather is claiming his grandchildren. So they were born here in the land of Egypt before he even arrived. They will be my sons, just as Reuben and Simeon are. But any children that are born to you in the future will be your sons. So now their dad is their brother. And they will inherit land with the territories of their brothers of Ephraim and Manasseh. Long ago, as I was returning home for Peyton Aram, Peyton referred to Peyton Aram compared to Genesis 35. Rachel died in the land of Canaan. We were still on the way, some distance from Ephraim, that is Bethlehem, where Jesus is born. So with great sorrow, I buried her there by the roads to Ephraim. So Rachel was buried in Bethlehem. Ooh. Then Jacob looked over to the two boys. Are those your sons? He asked. Yes, Joseph told him. These are sons God has given me here in Egypt. And Jacob said, bring them closer to me so I can bless them. Jacob was half blind because of his age and could hardly see, so Joseph brought the boys close to him, and Jacob kissed and embraced them. Then Jacob said to Joseph, I have never thought I would see your face again, but now God has let me see your children too. Ew. see my babies. Joseph moved the boys who were at the grandfather's knees, and he bowed with the face to the ground. Then he positioned the boys in front of Jacob. That's what I keep thinking when they're all grown, right? The grandbabies are grown and grandbabies are having babies of their own. You think they'll even know? You think they'll even care? You think, I don't know. Can't think like that, right? Now is now. You can't worry about the future and trust in God. It hurts, but every tear is counted. Your garden will grow. All I ever wanted was a mom. To be a mom and a wife. To be loved. To have the traditional house. I feel like God's gonna give it to me this time, I just gotta take my time. I'm gonna take her time. Trust, have faith, and know that He loves us. And I don't know what this world holds. I don't know how it's gonna play out. I know I've lived enough life to see God is on the way. Help is on the way. When I see what I mean, that stuff good to think about when you think. I love that song. Help is on the way. Whatever I just said. What did I just say? I lived a life life to. I lived enough life to say help is on the way. Sometimes tears, sometimes it's things, sometimes it's lifetime of fallen tears. But then help is on the way, dear. every, every time I think of help is on the way, think of Miss Doubtfire. I love, love, love Robin Williams. His heart and his soul, man. He's a good man, really good man. Like I said, I don't know. I just feel things. Oh, and most people that laugh like that have it sad. They won't tell you their stories. They won't tell you their pain. And it's really sad because they sit there and try to make other people laugh. Well, they're hurting a lot. And look at how uh, if your heart doesn't hurt for other people, then what's the point of your heart? If it's just for me, 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 I know it's your heart, but aren't we supposed to love and cherish each other and walk like Jesus? Even though he sat with sinners, he guided them, not criticize, not ridicule, not steal, cheat, and lie. Right? He said, "Hey, let's talk about let's talk about you. Let's talk about how things are, just like the women at the well. Go get your husband. I don't have a husband. No, you had five, and you're living with one who is not your husband no more, right? Not your husband, but you're living with him, right?" I think that's why it was important to me to call Danny my husband, because he knew. He knew when we signed the paper that was our marriage license. We are married. We are homeowners. We are together forever. He might have done that with other women, but this was my first, and he knew that this was my first and my only. Well, who knows the future, right? But for now, my only. I've never done it before. I've never owned a house. Never in my place thought I would own a house, guys. Never in my life did I think I would own a house. And yes, it's not perfect, but I think it's pretty beautiful. I think it's pretty beautiful. I showed you guys. Look at the wall, the shelf, another shelf. Who has three sinks in their kitchen? It's not connected right now, but I mean, like, look, I got doors, and look at the chandelier and the lights. That one's currently not working. I don't know what my husband did. I don't know how to fix it. You know what I mean? It's filled with stuff and beauty. I don't know. We have sheetrock on the walls. We have doors. I gotta paint it, and it better. It says keep the door shut because the cats like to go in the basement. I don't know, but we built this. We built this. This was not here. None of this. None of this. Not that door. Not none of this. Nothing was here. No sheetrock, no wood, no door, no this thing, no none of this. It was empty. We didn't have a counter. My baby built our kitchen by hand. He dug the hole outside the wall right there. It's amazing. It is amazing what you can do when you have God by your side. And that's like all I can say. That's all I can say about that because God is like, when they say anything is possible with God, with man, nothing, I mean, with man, nothing is possible. With God, everything is possible. I mean, literally everything. Even if you think you can't do it, watch you do it. Watch you do it if you pray and ask God for guidance. And you listen. You see this thing on Facebook before my Facebook got hacked. Um, it's hard to listen to God when you already have in your mind what you want him to say. You're asking for something and you already have an expectation of where you want that to go, right? Are you trusting God in that way? I don't think that's trusting God. That's wanting what we want. And the whole die to your flesh, be born again for me. Some things will stay. Like, before I found God, I love stubbies. Now I love stubbies even more. I made a boo-boo with a steering wheel cover. I bought a teddy bear steering wheel cover and it sheds. So anybody wanting the fluffy steering wheel covers, do not do it because you will have a hair in my mouth yesterday from the steering wheel cover. Like, how? I didn't even touch my face. Oh, it was silly. But cats are being very silly. Where are we? Sorry, I'm getting distracted because it's just so much. And like I said, my baby built most of the kitchen. He built the whole counter and kept cabinets and counter and shelves. No, I built the shelves. He did the sink. We just got to hook up that last sink. That's the bleach sink, I guess. Sanitization. We need a wash, rinse, and sanitize. Ta-da! um, I forgot to tell you guys. I know we're reading, but great day on the 4th of July. I hope everybody's day was great and fabulous. Pretty sure, I don't know if I told you guys, but I found these things over here at Buffalo. I found those at Buffalo so I can do some chili cheese sauerkraut. Um, chili cheese sauerkraut onions. I think I need to put holes in them. I need to take a trip back to Buffalo because I was so silly and I only bought 3. And I think I need more than that. I have the chili in like squeeze bottles. I mean the cheese in squeeze bottles. But I can do the chili and the sauerkraut and onions in these things. Oh, so maybe I do get enough. Chili, sauerkraut, onions, and I have the cheese. And then relish vegetables. Ooh, I got enough. Ooh, I got enough. I hope I got 3. I think I got 3. But look, I want you to see really quick. It's well, it doesn't say how long. Just a couple minutes. I know we're getting distracted and we were over here where didn't even know that I was gonna see your children. We did a test run on the 4th of July. We got it test running. We got it all loaded. These dogs. I had to take my shirt off because it's hot. I did. It's a work shirt. I had a dress on and pretty little hat. The tables outside. Look, I got a little thing. Hot dogs and languisas. Can you show them? It says hot dogs and sausage. Oh, I gotta show you the menu. Hot sauce challenge, 16 different flavors. We got this test run, seeing how everything. So I want to set up everything. Isn't it beautiful? It's pretty awesome. Oh, I'm so excited. He's off dress for an employee. You can't see his shirt. Oh, red, white, and blue with a red hat. That's our uniform, like you saw on the thing. That's our work uniform. Because American hot dogs, duh. My porch. It's good fast. Look at. We got keys. Yep. I gotta find my keys. All our stores of chips and food thing. Cold storage. We gotta do better with that. Yeah, we had an extra hat because propane, bleach water, water. Yeah, it was just regular. It's just so I can see. We were just checking on the hot dogs. Lisa. Yeah, it is. There's the bread. There's the thing. All the condiments. Look at cheese. That's the cheese. Squeeze cheese. Some dogs. The seasonings. We got these on the hot dogs. This on the linguiça. Oh, can't see. It's like garlic. Hot dog. Caramelized garlic and onion. There's a chili. Onions. I was wet because it was frozen. They want us to get frozen food. So I'm hoping they'll let me do the kitchen so I can. Yeah, it's But look, man. It's beautiful, isn't it? Oh. By garage, look, we got it all organized underneath and everything. We saw hot dogs and sausages. So they were asking how many hot dogs you can fit on the thing, and it's about 12 hot dogs. I can do 12 hot dogs, 12 sausages, and we did. We had our own fireworks. We didn't go to the fireworks because, well, it's our first fireworks without my husband. And I miss him so dearly. And he absolutely loved 4th of July. And I don't like it because, it's too loud. It's too loud, but we did the test run. These dogs up and running, and now Facebook got hacked, so I don't know what's gonna happen with my These Dogs page, and it makes me so sad. I think I'm gonna have to start all over again to share this on a new Facebook and a new everything, but it is what it is, what it is, what it is. There's nothing, you know, we reported it. I'm telling all my friends and family to report it. It's all we can do. Do what we can do, and there ain't nothing we can do no more. So get back to being with God, get back to being centered in this moment and right here and right now, and don't dwell in the pain in the past, and don't dwell or think about the what ifs. And oh, did we say that? The lady, what ifs in the future? What is it? What if if ifs and buts were candies and nuts, we'd all have a great Christmas, right? Think about that. If so, all year long, right? Christmas is what, 5 days before the end of the year. So if we took all the way from January to December, all the times we thought about, well, what about this and what about that, and um maybe this and maybe that, and all our fears and what ifs and buts. What if our what ifs and buts were candies and nuts? Right? That was like the thing for Christmas. Candies, all those funky, colorful, whatever kind of candies. Now they don't even sell them. Good. Some of our stores do sell classic candies. So, um, but that was the kind of candies we would get, and nuts, and it would be, what is it, walnuts, and the ones you have to crack, because there would be nutcrackers, right? Nutcrackers is part of the Christmas, right? What ifs and buts were candies and nuts? We'd all have a great Christmas. If you thought about all the what ifs and buts, tally them up. How many friends can you feed with your candies and nuts? I know I could probably feed a neighborhood because you see it, you know. I try to reel myself in as much as I can, but we are human and we are meant to wander our brains. This is why God said, center and spend time with me. So, never thought I would see your face again, but now God has let me see your children too. Joseph moved the boys, who were at their grandfather's knees, and he bowed with his face to the ground. Then he positioned the boys in front of Jacob. With his right hand, he directed Ephraim toward Jacob's left hand, and with his left hand, he put Manasseh at Jacob's right hand. But Jacob crossed his arms as he reached out to lay his hands on the boy's head. He did this too. So, he put his right hand on the head of Ephraim, though he was the younger boy. So right hand, right, that's the stronger one. Left one is the weaker one. This one has more power than this one. I don't know. I just know that it is what it is, right? Isn't this what Joseph did? Joseph was the younger brother who had said that his older brothers were going to bow down to him. And everybody, including the father, had said, no, 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 no. What is wrong with you? That's how Joseph ended up where he was in the first place, right? He was in jail for how many years? For how long? And then he can decipher dreams. He could speak to God. He can be one with God. And now his father's doing it. His father's, look. But Jacob crossed his arms as he reached out and laid his hands on the boy's head. He put his right hand on Ephraim, though he was the younger boy, and his left hand on the head of Manasseh, though he was the firstborn. Then he blessed Joseph and said, may the God before whom my grandfather Abraham and my father Isaac walked, the God who has been my shepherd all my life to this very day, the angel who has redeemed me from all harm, may he bless these boys. May they preserve my name and the names of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Now this is Jacob. and may their descendants multiply greatly throughout the earth. But Joseph was upset. Listen to me. Oh, oh. Joseph was upset when he saw that his father placed his right hand on Ephraim's head. So Joseph lifted it and moved it to Ephraim's head. And moved it from Ephraim's head to Manasseh's head. No, my father, he said. This one is the firstborn. Put your right hand on his head. How did Joseph not understand what was going on when that's exactly what he did to his brothers? Oh, man. But his father refused. I know, my son. I know, he replied. Manasseh will also become a great people, but his younger brother will become even greater. So now Jacob knew that Joseph's younger child was going to surpass the older child when Joseph was the baby who surpassed his two older brothers. Or three. I don't remember. I think it was like three or four older brothers, right? Oh, 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 oh. But the younger brother will become even greater, and his descendants will become a multitude of nations. So Jacob blessed the boys that day with the blessing. The people of Israel will use your names when they give a blessing. They will say, may God make you as prosperous as Ephraim and Manasseh. And this way, Jacob put Ephraim ahead of Manasseh. Then Jacob said to Joseph, look, I am about to die, but God will be with you and will take you back to Canaan, the land of your ancestors, and beyond what I have given your brothers. I am giving you an extra portion of the land. 48. 22. It says, or Joseph is a fruitful tree beside a spring. His branches reach over the wall. The meaning of the Hebrew is uncertain. That I took from the Amorites with my sword and bow. Well, that was a good story. Jacob blesses his grandchildren, Ephraim and Manasseh. And Ephraim is the younger one who surpassed Manasseh when Joseph was the younger one who surpassed his brothers. And now his father, who didn't even know he was alive, has done this and blessed his grandchildren and took him as his own. So now, oh man, this never gets. I wish I know. Oh, I know. I feel it. I feel like there's a lot more to that story. Ooh. So we're at two more chapters left. So I don't know how I'm going to share what I've been doing. I didn't share the last one on Facebook for some reason. I think I just shared the whole channel. But I'll figure out a way to share it. Even if I got to create a new Facebook and get a new friend list and all that stuff. And I don't understand. Can somebody please explain to me what people get out of hurting people? What do you get out of stealing somebody's Facebook and then posting a car for sale? I have people texting me, "Oh, do you really get that car? My son needs it. My children need it. We need it." Like, I'm sorry, but no. I wish I did, but what do you get? I guess the money, right? I don't know. I don't. God, just please help this world, please, man, just please. Please help this world. I can't even believe like I fell for it though. That's the sad part. Like that's my devastation. Like I really fell for this because I saw her, but her lips weren't moving. So I'm like, I was confused. But I saw her on FaceTime. Right? I saw her. And so that was why I was like, does Facebook really like, I was questioning myself, I was questioning everything, and I still went through with it. lesson learned, lesson learned. There's not much here that we can do. There's not much here that we can do. All we can do is love and pray and praise and breathe, meditate, and just relax. And know God is with us. God is with us. What's meant to be will be. What's meant to be will be. Whatever it is, I'll see. I don't know. But I love you guys very, very, very much. Thank you for spending time with me. Thank you for being with Joseph and Manasseh and Ephraim and Jacob. And then what do we got? We got two more. 49 and 50. And we are on to Exodus. Exodus. Right? Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, Deuteronomy. Yay! So excited. All right, I love you guys. I'll just be cleaning for now. Getting my house all cleaned and organized. Getting that trailer hopefully up and running. And making our grocery list because I got a couple more things while we were doing the test run of what we actually need. And I'm so excited. So, if you're in New York, come get your hot dogs. If not, come to New York and get your hot dogs. All right. I love you guys. Be good. Have a great day. God loves you, and I love you so much. And see you back here next time. Hopefully later on today. I just got to sweep and mop and floor and sweep and mop and laundry. All right. Love you guys. Be good. Have a great day.